I'm going to run through one example of completing the square. This problem is as tough as one as I can give. You can do this problem, you can do all of them. In fact, sometimes people go back to easier ones and get kind of confused because they're so used to doing the tough things. I'm going to follow these steps over here. First, I subtract c from both sides, where I subtract this 2 from both sides. After I subtract 2 from both sides, I end up with negative 5x squared plus 3x equals negative 6. Leave that gap there every time. My next step is to divide everything by a, so I divide everything by negative 5, giving me x squared minus 3 over 5x equals 6 over 5. Now, I have to find my b over 2 squared. This right here is my b term. My b term is negative 3 over 5. Well, if b is negative 3 over 5, then b over 2 is negative 3 over 10. It's that simple. Just take the denominator and double it. Multiply it by 2. So if b is over 2 is negative 3 over 10, b over 2 squared is 9 over 100. I'm going to take that number and add it to both sides. I'm going to add 900ths here, add 900ths here. Now the left side can factor. This completing the square process guarantees that the left side will factor into x and b over 2. Well, b over 2 is negative 3/10, so I can just put a negative 3 over 10 here. Over here on the right side, I need a common denominator. 6 over 5 can become 120 over 100. I need a common denominator. So I really have x minus 3 over 10 squared equals 129 over 100. And I want to get that x by itself, so I'm going to square root both sides. When I square root both sides, I have to get a plus or minus. So we have x minus 3 over 10 equals plus or minus. I can't square root 129. 129 isn't the perfect square, but 100 is. So we get 129 over 10. So I'll come this way. I'm going to add that 3/10 to both sides. Giving me x equals 3 plus or minus the square root of 129 over 10. There's my two solutions with the plus and the minus in there. There's my two solutions. So if you can do that problem, you can do any problem. For the record, if you had a b value that was like 6/7, b over 2 would be 6/14, but that's just going to reduce to 3/7. So if your numerator is even, you can just cut it in half when finding b over 2. Thank you. Hope that's